Namaste, viewers. Hello, viewers. Inviting you to Department of Collegiate Education's digital learning class. I am Ashok Kannad, serving as an assistant professor, Department of English, Government First Grade College, Savalagi. And this video is prescribed for BA third semester basic English course. And it is preferred in the colleges which are affiliated to Rani Chennamma University, Belgaum. So let us we begin today's 22 sessions on Saint John or Joan of Arc. In today's class, we learn the introduction of author and 100 Years' War, causes of the 100-Year Wars, controversy over the succession, Battle of Agincourt 1415, continuity of the war and conclusions. So before we are going to study the 100 Years' War, we should understand briefly the authors. The author is R.N. Roy, who is a famous author, essayist and a biographer. He was considered the best Indian writer, and his writings deals with the life sketches of the great personalities. So R.N. Roy uses a very simple and lucid languages, which is everybody's, and he was rewarded many awards and the highest honors. So in today's classes we begin a political background of the 100 Years' War in the medieval Europe. Then we learn the life of Saint John. So the 100 Years' War had happened between the France and England from 1337 to 1453. The term 100-Year War is used by the historians to describe a series of events in 14th and 15th century in Europe. So it was a conflict between France and England, and their alliance was lasting 116 years and fought over the claims by the English to the French throne. The war is often broken up into the 3 pages. The first page, the Edwardian page, 1337 to 1360. The second page, the Carolingian page, 1369 to 1389. The third page, the Lancasterian page, 1415 to 1453. So the causes of the 100 Years' War. So it goes far back, an event known as the Norman Conquest in 1066. So in this war, France defeated England, and William of Normandy, he was the king of France, and also he was the cousin of the king of England. Therefore, he would inherit the throne when his cousin ill and dead. So instead, the King of England was passed over by a powerful English lord named Harold. So it made anger William. Then he invaded England, and during the Battle of the Hastings, William defeated Harold II and claimed as the King of England. So now William was the King of England. He controlled the lands back in France as well as England. Hereafter, the English rulers' goal was to control both England and France. Some of the kings even married the French nobilities and gained more lands, vice versa. On those days, France was not a unified country prior to the war. In fact, the French king only controlled about a half of the country. By the 1300s, England had held much land in France. In 1328, King of France Philip IV died without a male heir, but he has a daughter. Her name is Isabella, who married Edward II of England, and they had a son, Edward III of England. On other hand, the king had a brother who had a son. The question was, who should become the king? Who should become the next king? French nobility selected Philip of Valois, a nephew of the last king through the male line. So in 1337, Edward III, a son of the Isabella, claimed the king of France as a female heir. The war took place with a series of short raids and the battles and the effective treaties, but dominated by the English. And the Battle of the Crecy, the Battle of the Poitiers, England used a better technology of cannons, longbows, and defeated France. So France signed a treaty with the England, and it gave its land to England. But the English was struck again in the Battle of Agincourt, 1415. Henry V of England, with the aid of Duke of Burgundy, he killed 10,000 French army and captured 1,500 French nobles. Hence, Henry V gained control over the France. Then the France and the England came to a truce, and in this, the King of England, Henry V, married a daughter of King Charles VI. The Treaty of Troyes, 1420. Not long after the Battle of Agincourt, France and England came to a truce. In this truce, King Henry V of England would marry Catherine of Valois, and the daughter of the French King Charles VI. As I told before that, Charles VII, the king's son, was disinherited and declared illegitimate. This would make Henry and Catherine's children the rightful heiresses to the French throne. An English victory was an all but assured. The king's sixth son, Charles VII, or Duplin, was disinherited and declared illegitimate. This would make Henry and Catherine children the rightful heirs to the French throne. For this, many noblemen joined the hands with the English for benefits. But unexpected coincidence had happened. Both the kings Charles VI and King Henry V died in 1422. King Charles VII is not happy with this, and he claims that he is the rightful king of the France. He had a little support from the nobles, who was neither robust in health nor a brave soldiers. So far, the war and the political power seemed to be firmly in the English hands. Then there was a hard fighting was going on between two armies. Slowly, English army under Duke of Burgundy, France, he was from France, is joining the English army. So English captured Paris and made their way through the northern France, attacking the French army, plundering and destroying the villages. They came to a fortress or the town which has a strong fortifications. This news reached the village of Domremy, where Saint John lived. So, after the John's death, the French advance continued. By 1450, the English had lost all their major military centers In 1453, the French armies captured an English held fortress and castellation. So this was the last battle of the war. So we understand the political background of the 100 Years' War, where this is the situation where Saint John or the Joan of Arc was born in the France. So in the next session, we learn the life of Saint John and her contributions. So we will end the sessions now. Thank you for watching this video, and we will meet for the next video. Thank you.